soul sparks, where presence becomes practice and wisdom becomes a way of life. I'm your host, Shreya. Today's guest is Swami Nityananda, spiritual teacher, global speaker, and the guiding light of awake yoga meditation. Her teachings, deeply rooted in the yogic tradition and non dual awareness, she helps people around the world to release stress, open to joy, and live in deep connection with themselves and the world. In this episode, we will explore how to let go without losing yourself and find ease through awareness. Welcome, Swami Nityananda, and I'm honored to have you on my show.
Shreya, it is such a joy to talk with you. I'm deeply excited and thank you for such a warm and kind welcome.
Thank you, and so thanks for your kind words to me. So, Swami Nityananda, your presence and work embody peace. In today's fast paced world, how do you define true calm and what does it mean to live from that center?
Oh, thank you for such a wonderful question. And also, I just want to say, I think you just demonstrated this. You just embodied this as we were joining today's podcast. There was like just a little technical glitch, and you were very gracious. You were very kind. And so I would actually say that's an example of how to do this. Like, in the midst of daily life, like sometimes there are little technical glitches, and to just continue choosing kindness and continue choosing to be calm. And then what happens is you feel calm and kind even in the midst of making sure that connectivity is
Yes.
happening, right? So for every human, that's the basic gift is we all have this ability to choose. So no matter what else is going on, I can choose to come from calm and I can choose to come from peace.
Thank you so much for your kind words. And I think that's my duty to uh, make my guests feel warm and give their the comfortness. And thank you for that word and that such a needed reminder that true calm feels like a quiet strength. So, was there a moment in your own journey when you had to consciously choose that calm amidst all the chaos?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So I would actually say, I think for any human, this is like a daily
Yes.
choice. I don't think it's a choice we only make once. But I can talk about like a really big example. So I was consecrated as a Swami by my teacher. He was Swami Shankarananda, and he founded our meditation community more than 50 years ago. Before he left the body, as yogis say, before he passed, he consecrated me as a Swami, and he asked me to carry on and to continue sharing teachings of yoga philosophy and meditation. It was a really big deal when he left the body, when he passed. And so that's an example. Like he had been sharing the teachings for 40 years. Now, since then, I have been sharing the teachings for more than 10 years. So, like in hindsight, everything worked out, right? There was this
Yes.
joy and
Yes.
this faith and this continuity. But at the time, it's like a devastating loss to have this beloved, revered, respected teacher
Mm.
all of a sudden they're in the non-physical and there's a new teacher. So of course there was awesome opportunity for me to keep choosing calm. There's absolutely
Yes.
no question about that. And I would also just say it works. So if this is true for me, it's true for you, but also for any human. If I'm willing to keep choosing calm, then calm will share itself with
Yes.
me. And so there's such a gift to just realize that in terms of the little daily things, but also like I would say that was a changing of an era or like a changing of an epoch in the life of the
Yes.
meditation community. And so I think around the world right now, a lot of people are living through changing eras, changing epochs. And so just know it is possible to keep choosing calm, and then calm will share itself with you.
Yes. Yes. And thanks for showing that what it means really to live from that center. And you teach from the yogic tradition, but translate it beautifully for modern seekers. What are the most essential teachings that help people drop stress and return to the stillness?
So I think one of the teachings is there's nothing wrong with you if you
Yes.
experience stress. And so to let go of self-judgment, I think that's one of the things that can happen is almost we can get this artificial concept that there's something wrong with me if I experience stress. But instead, if I expect and anticipate stress is a natural, healthy part of living in a human body with a human mind, with human emotions, and having families, like living and working in the modern workplace and living in a neighborhood. Like it's very natural that we experience stress. And so just to know that there are also very healthy ways that we can respond to stress. And so we develop this kind of trust in our own resilience and our ability to kind of like rise to the occasion, to upregulate our nervous system when it's time to do that, and then also to calm down and to downregulate our nervous system when it's time to do that as well. And so I'll just pause there. But that's one example is that it's completely within the ability of every human to respond in healthy ways to stress and then be able to just let it go, drop it, and then reset and connect with a natural, deep peace and calm
Yes,
within ourselves.
yes. That's great. And with that, can you just offer a simple mantra or meditative thought that our listeners can carry with them today?
Absolutely. I mean, so I would actually offer this in a couple ways. If any listeners resonate with the word Om, and Om is the energy of pure potentiality. So the energy of pure source energy, everything that you love, it's possible to simply offer Om peace. If you do not resonate with the word it's simply possible to close your eyes briefly, if it's safe for you to close your eyes as you're listening and open your heart and to feel there is a river of peace that flows through your heart every breath, every moment, every heartbeat. There is a river of peace. And so if you are connecting with the word peace, that helps you connect with this living reality of this energy of peace in your heart. And if you like the word Om, then also you can joyfully offer Om peace and connect with that feeling, that deep, deep current of quiet inner support. And I would also say this is like support that's always there. So no human can give it to you and no human can take it away from you. And what this means is nothing has to change externally in order for us to connect with this peace. And then once we connect with this peace, our relationship to whatever else is going on externally changes. And so we start to feel this peace. And also, I would say, naturally, a joy arises as we connect with this peace, and nothing else has to change. It's our
Yes,
own
yes.
energy, our own awareness, which is changing.
And thank you for offering something that our listeners can truly hold on to. And I think my listeners will be benefit greatly from this. And you also speak about non-dual awareness, oneness beyond division. How does that awareness help us let go of mental noise, fear, and disconnections?
So I think it's probably related to what we have been just talking about, but the yogic teachings are really clear and really pure that each human is always connected to an underlying, all pervading, shining presence and awareness. And so this is like beyond what the separate individual self is able to understand or comprehend. So if I am thinking my separate individual self has to solve all of the problems that I am aware, I will start to feel really stressed. And I'll also start to feel really tired and probably quite overwhelmed. And I might start to be really annoying to myself and to other humans. As soon as I remember my separate individual self does not have all the answers, cannot have all the answers, and will not have all the answers, but I'm always connected to all the awareness in the universe.
Okay.
And then what I'm doing from moment to moment is I'm listening. I'm opening, and I'm opening to the energy of the solutions. So as soon as you become aware of a problem or a stressor, to notice it, but then immediately shift. And it's a conscious shift. It is saying, I shift to the energy of the solutions. I notice this question and I open to the energy of possibility. I open to the energy of connectedness. I open to the energy of all of the support in the universe is able to share itself with me. All of the kindness, infinite wisdom, and responsiveness is able to share itself with me. And you will be astonished. I'm talking like very practically in the midst of daily life. If you walk into the grocery store or into the market or onto the bus or onto a train, and you have this awareness inwardly, I'm open to the very best of life eternally and in this moment, in this time and place, helpfulness rushes to you. Like it's just an amazing way to walk through this world. And the same thing is true in reverse. So if I'm walking through the train or the bus or the grocery store or the market, wherever I find myself, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm feeling so frustrated. I'm feeling so cut off. That will be reflected back to me. And I'm helping to create that. So one of the things that the yogic teachings say is reality is self-revealing. It's always reflecting back to me what I'm focusing on. And so we are all so connected. So for any listener, as you choose peace, you help everybody else in the room connect with peace also. As you choose good humor, you help everybody else in the family or the organization connect with good humor also. Even if you're just like in line at the post office, if you are choosing cheerfulness and friendliness, you're helping everybody else choose cheerfulness and friendliness. And what happens is we are all so interwoven with the fabric of all existence that as we choose what is highest and kindest and wisest, that will reflect back to us. It is just the way the laws of energy work. And life actually becomes easier, it becomes more joyful, it becomes more filled with just like this energy of cooperation and awe. I would call it like a universal friendliness. And it's just so fun to be in this energy of universal friendliness. And it does reflect back to you.
Oh, that's wonderful, and it's beautiful to know that how small things in ourselves that we can change, and that can make the world for us more beautiful. And my next question would be like your voice, your presence, and the meditations are known to bring both calm and joy. How do you personally stay connected to your own joy? And what practice keeps you steady on this path?
Well, so I just love meditation, and that's kind of the way that I begin my day. And that's one of the things that my teacher always taught. And he basically always taught that as long as we're in the human body, if you can, at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, give yourself the gift of meditation, please do. And what meditation students tell me now that I've been serving as a meditation teacher for coming up on 11 years is that if they say this very clearly, if I meditate 20 minutes in the morning, I more than get that back throughout the day. They also say things like meditation is like what tea or coffee used to be for me. They say energizing, but it's also really calming. And it helps you come from your centered, focused, balanced, steady, brilliant self awareness. And so what happens is if you connect with that at the beginning of the day, then it's just with you throughout the day. Like some things are easy and then some things are more challenging, but whatever it is that you're moving through, you just have this sort of humor and this sense of equipoise and this sense of adventure and curiosity and exploring. So for myself, that would be a thing. I would say meditation is just it's joy because it's closing your eyes and merging into that peace, that kindness, that energy of universal friendship.
And I think for our listeners, please add meditation in your list the way you never forget to take coffee or to drink tea. It should be that meditation should be the main thing which energize you, and not the usual coffee kick, because that is something that bad for our health. But meditation is not. That is really helpful for us. And you are like somebody who is very experienced in this field. And when you notice tension or doubt arising, how do you gently return to alignment?
So I think one thing to notice, my teacher was always, I think, very honest and compassionate. And one of the things that he said was no matter who you are, no matter how far along the spiritual path you are, it's possible to experience a moment of self separation. And so that would be what you mentioned. Like it's possible to experience a moment of, okay, I'm aware there's a wave of fear that's moving through the world right now. And I can either choose to allow that wave of fear to come into my energy field, or I can observe it and let it go by me. And so one of the metaphors that I have is like when when windows are really clean and then raindrops fall on the windows, the raindrops just kind of like melt away. They just bead away and they fall away. And when you meditate and when you have that awareness, it's like you're cleaning the windows. And so whatever the human emotion is, or I think I was just saying this implicitly, let me be explicit, there's fear in the world right now. And so it's a conscious choice for every human to choose. Do I want to be part of the wave of fear that is present in the world right now? Or would I love to be part of the energy of universal love and goodwill and kindness and caring and respect, which I also could choose to energize instead of fear? So it really is just as simple as noticing. And so for every listener, if you notice, okay, I'm feeling a wave of tension, or I'm feeling a wave of sadness, or I'm feeling a wave of fear, just notice. And the yogic teachings are really clear about this. There's nothing wrong with you. And the yogic teachings also say that that energy is basically neutral. And the same energy that could express as fear also can express very profoundly as love and courage and strength and creativity and skill. And so for each of us, it's to have the awareness, to give ourselves the gift of self awareness, and then to remember right now in this moment, that is where I am creating what comes next for me. So every time I choose love and goodwill and courage and wisdom and strength and skill instead of fear, that's what I energize for myself. And it's also true, like I smile so much because yogis have been sharing these teachings for millennia. Modern science can now see what yogis have been saying, which is that new pathways get created in the brain. So that instead of activating the fear-based part of our brain, we're able to activate that part of our brain that is connected to long-term memory, that is connected to creativity, that is connected to that universal field of awareness that I was talking about, which is I trust the basic goodness and decency and kindness of infinite wisdom and intelligence eternally. And I also trust that in time and space. And so that's going to dramatically transform my relationship to my own feelings and to if I see another human and they are experiencing emotional distress, if I'm comfortable and steady and calm in relation to my own emotions, and I basically feel peace in relation to my own emotions, then I'll be okay no matter what another human is experiencing. And so I'll be able to be a kinder, better friend to myself. And I'll also be able to be a kinder, better friend to this beautiful human who's experiencing natural human emotions.
Yes. And that's so inspiring that staying rooted in joy takes real attention. And I'm so imbued by this. For those who feeling lost in stress, striving, or disconnection, what is one sacred truth you would love to plant in their heart today?
So, one of the things that I would just say, if you're comfortable with the word light, use the word light. My teacher always used the word love. And when he used the word love, he meant pure love, universal love, love that is noble It's based in just like divine honor and kindness and goodness and glory. And he would just say, "You are loved. No matter what it is that you are going through in time and space, you are so loved. All of the love in the universe loves you. If you prefer the word light, please use the word light. All of the light in the universe loves you. All of the light in the universe is upholding you. So, literally, that which upholds the whole universe upholds you. You are always connected to support. And so, if your human self is feeling disconnected from support, that take it as an opportunity to turn within to the heart and to listen very quietly within. Each of us has an inner light, an inner compass, an inner guide. And so, whether you call it your heart or your soul or your spirit or the divine within you or your higher self, notice what word you use. And for each listener, it might be a different word. But anything that happens in time and space that is distressing, turn within and connect. The source of all solutions is with you and loves you beyond words. And so the moment that you connect with that, you're also connected with that is universal healing power. That is universal healing presence. That is wholeness. That is just the energy of everything that you love and care about, that which is most dear, that which is most pure. And so you actually become transformed. And I would say, I'm quite sure your listeners are already doing this. You become
I
a
hope.
yeah, you just become a conduit so that pure kindness is able to share through you.
Yes, yes. And what is one breath or phrase or one action they can take right now to reconnect with that truth?
So one of my favorites is to remember the breath and the
Okay.
power of breath. And so literally just with your breath, breathe into your heart, and with your breath, feel your own connection to your own eternal light. And with your breath, the breath can melt away fear, it can melt away tension, and it can reconnect you to love. And so it's also possible just with the breath to just use whatever word you love. So if you love the word love, just breathe love into your heart and just silently say the word love and breathe into your heart. And then allow that silent breath of love to move through your body. So it melts away tension from the physical body. It will melt away tension from the heart. It will melt away tension from any thinking patterns that are not being particularly helpful for you at this moment. So just like love and breathe and allow that breath to direct love wherever it is most needed. And it will also just say like these practices are so pure and potent that I don't have to consciously know where that breath of love is needed. I can just open and allow infinite wisdom within me to flow that breath of love wherever it is most needed. And I will feel an immediate benefit. Like take 3 breaths of love and just allow it to flow through you wherever it's most needed. You will feel a difference in 3 breaths. And one of the things I love about this is you could do this in a meeting, you can do it on the subway, you can do it in the midst of doing dishes, you can do it in the midst of a family conversation. So wherever you are, like this breath and this energy of love, this energy of reconnection, it's always with you. And so this is just such an easy way to connect, and no one will know. Like you can do it in a business meeting. No one will know this is what you are doing. So it's like you have this, I don't know, this divine yogic magic in your back pocket, always with you. And so please, like, give yourself that gift. It's amazing and it's so fun.
That's such a tender offering, and that's wonderful. And this is such a pragmatic solution also that we can do anywhere, anytime, because the feelings that we often have, that that doesn't, like, we have to be at home. The feelings come anywhere, and we can now stop that feeling and can overcome that with this beautiful solution. So thanks to you, and thanks for sharing that wonderful knowledge of yours, that so much valuable knowledge of yours. And if my listeners want to connect with you, what's the best way?
So, Awake Yoga Meditation is the name of our meditation center, and we are at awakeyogameditation.org. We offer meditations online, so listeners are able to join on Zoom from around the world. We also share teachings on YouTube. And again, the name is Awake Yoga Meditation. You're warmly welcome to join on YouTube as well. We share on TikTok, we share on Instagram and on Facebook. We have published books. And so if you like what you heard, we have published books. They are available as well at awakeyogameditation.org. We have an amazing, beautiful book of my teacher's teachings, which we published recently. I'm extremely excited about it. And it's called Satsang with Swami Shankarananda, Answers to Questions on the Spiritual Path. And it's just like this treasure trove. It's very, very pure, classic yogic teachings, but also, as I think you were saying, Shreya, it's very accessible. It's very grounded. It's very meant for everyday humans who are working at the office, who are going to the bank, who have families, who are right in the midst of daily life and want to live in this joy, in this exuberance, in this calm, in this peace.
That's wonderful. And I will make sure to attach all the links and details below so that our listeners can find them easily. And with that, we have come to the end. So, listeners, Swami Nityananda reminds us that calm is not something we chase, it's something we remember. When we release the noise, we return to the presence that has always been waiting with ease, love, and light. Thank you for joining us on Soul Sparks. Until next time, breathe softly, live gently, and walk with joy.